August 5th, 1962. Los Angeles is paralyzed by shocking news. Marilyn Monroe, the world's biggest icon, the ultimate symbol of Hollywood glamour and beauty, is found dead in her Brentwood home. She was only 36 years old. The official police report was delivered quickly, cleanly, and conveniently. A tragic suicide caused by an overdose of sleeping pills. A lonely, unstable star, fading away in the dark. Case closed. But Hollywood is a city built entirely on illusions, and the official story of Marilyn's death is the biggest illusion of them all. Welcome back to the shadows. I am the Whispering Crow, and today we are reopening the one file the United States government tried to burn to ashes. Because hours before her heart stopped beating, Marilyn wasn't preparing to end her life. She was preparing to speak. She was ready to destroy the most powerful men in America, and the key to everything she knew was wrapped in a small, red leather book. Her secret diary. A book that vanished into thin air the very night she died. Shadows don't lie, my friends. And the shadows saw exactly who took it. To the public, Marilyn was a blonde bombshell, a helpless screen goddess. But behind closed doors, she was highly intelligent, deeply observant, and incredibly dangerous to the establishment. By 1961, she found herself trapped in a deadly love triangle with the leaders of the free world, President John F. Kennedy and his brother, the Attorney General, Robert Kennedy. The political elite thought she was just a beautiful distraction. They underestimated her. Marilyn kept a diary. She called it her Little Red Book. And inside those hidden pages, she didn't just write about romance or Hollywood drama. She wrote down state secrets. She documented late-night telephone calls and private conversations about top-secret government operations, hidden mafia alliances, and the military's darkest projects. Bobby Kennedy used to talk to her about his brutal crusade against organized crime, sharing classified information that should have never left the walls of the White House. John F. Kennedy whispered about international conspiracies and nuclear testing. Marilyn memorized it all, and her pen captured every single word. For months, this red book sat on her nightstand, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode the American political landscape. But in the world of high politics, you are never truly alone. Marilyn believed her secrets were safe, but she had no idea that her home was completely compromised. J. Edgar Hoover, the ruthless and paranoid director of the FBI, had agents monitoring her every move, tapping her phone lines, and planting microphones inside her walls. She wasn't just being watched by the government. The American mafia, led by the notorious Chicago boss Sam Giancana, also had her house under heavy surveillance. They were desperate for blackmail material to destroy the Kennedy family. Every sigh, every emotional breakdown, and every dangerous secret she wrote down in that red book was being recorded by strange men, hiding in van trailers parked down her street. Marilyn Monroe was living in a glass house, surrounded by wolves in dark suits, and the walls were closing in. By the summer of 1962, the atmosphere turned freezing cold. The Kennedy brothers realized that Marilyn Monroe knew too much. She was becoming volatile, unpredictable, and a massive liability to the upcoming presidential election. Suddenly, the gates of power slammed shut in her face. They blocked her access to the White House. They changed their secret phone numbers. They treated her like a ghost. But Marilyn was not a woman to be silenced or tossed aside so easily. Furious, abandoned, and pushed to the absolute edge, she made a fateful, terrifying decision. She called her closest friends and dropped a chilling warning. She told them she was going to call a massive, live press conference. She was going to show the world her Little Red Book, expose the hypocrisy of the Kennedy brothers, and reveal the dark underbelly of Washington, D.C. She thought the truth would protect her. In reality, she had just signed her own death warrant. August 4th, 1962. The final hours. Multiple witnesses later reported seeing a limousine belonging to Robert Kennedy parked near Marilyn's house that afternoon. Neighbors heard screaming and arguing coming from inside her home. What actually happened during those dark, missing hours? The official timeline given by the police makes absolutely no sense. Her maid changed her story 3 times under interrogation. Her doctors delayed calling the police for hours after discovering her body. When the first police officers finally arrived at the scene, the house was eerily clean. The bedroom looked sanitized. And most importantly, the little red book was gone. Marilyn's private safe had been forced open, and her personal papers were missing. A top-secret CIA wiretap log, intercepted that very night, noted that operatives entered the residence to retrieve sensitive documents before the media could arrive. They didn't come to save Hollywood's brightest star. They came to save the presidency. They buried the actress, and they buried the truth. They told the world she was just another victim of her own fame, but the shadows point to a much darker, cold-blooded reality. Marilyn Monroe was a woman who held the keys to the American kingdom, and the kingdom decided she had to be silenced forever. The little red book has never been found. Some conspiracy theorists say it rests inside a secret FBI vault in Washington. Others believe it was burned to ashes in a fireplace that fateful night. But the Whispering Crow remembers. What do you believe happened to Marilyn's secret diary? Was it a tragic accident or the ultimate political assassination? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a discussion. If you want to uncover the dark files the world wants to forget, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until our next file, sleep with one eye open and stay in the light.